Assalamu alaikum everyone. Happy Friday, happy evening. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is an episode that I've been waiting to talk about, and I wanted to start off by saying thank you for everyone that listens to my podcast wherever you are. I was going through my analytics today and I was like shocked. I was like, "Whoa, I didn't expect people from certain countries to be listening." So I'm really shocked, but thank you so much. May Allah bless you all, and I hope that it's all beneficial to someone. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about jealousy and revenge and things like that. I've been meaning to talk about this for a minute, but I haven't had the time. But this episode, I think it might help a lot of people, inshallah, if God wills. So I mention this all the time in almost like every episode, but I'm a senior in high school, and that is prime time, okay, for petty stuff. This is the prime years of pettiness, and then you go off to college, and then nobody has time for that. But I've learned quite a few things, and I feel like this concept of revenge and this concept of, jealousy, this is something that's very dangerous, and that's why I'm talking about it. Jealousy and revenge is really nothing less than burning your own soul alive. You think that you're going to take a burning coal and throw it at somebody else, not realizing that it's burning your own hand first, okay? It's going to do more damage to you than it does to someone else. And the problem with jealousy and revenge and these things is that you get so caught up into it. You believe that this is the right thing to do in this moment, and I'm gonna, use my whole energy and I'm gonna get back at this person. And don't get me wrong, there's some situations where people really do us wrong. Like, ooh, there's some situations where you just can't keep quiet. It's not fair. But then you need to ask yourself, how deep do you want to burn yourself? When you're holding this burning lump of jealousy and revenge and all this, the longer you hold on to this, the more you are burning yourself than you are hurting the other person. Think about it, let it sit in, don't let it go from one ear out the other. You are hurting yourself more in this pursuit of jealousy than you're hurting anyone else. Now I'm going to go in and share 3 very beautiful hadiths with you guys so you guys can think about this. The first one says, "Verily Allah does not look to your faces and your wealth, but He looks to your heart and to your deeds." The next one is also by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. "In the body there's a piece of flesh. If it is sound, the whole body is sound, and if it is corrupt, the whole body is corrupt. And herein is the heart." And the last one I'm going to share with you is another hadith which says, "The likeliness of the heart is that of a feather blown by the wind in the desert." All of these were so beautiful, I had to share them and put them in here. I just wanted to put those in there to let you guys know of how light the heart truly is. So that is why we have such a big emphasis on these feelings of revenge and jealousy, because if you start to endure yourself in these feelings, there's no coming back. I mean, there is. It's hard. It's really hard, and it's something that you're going to have to change a lot of your lifestyle and mindset for. And that's the thing about Islam. Islam is never just a religion, okay? It's a lifestyle change. You're going to have to become a different person. You're going to have to start doing different things, and it's something new and you just got to deal with it. I'm sorry. But it's a lifestyle change that will make everything in your life better. I promise you. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. When you imply Islam in your life, you will notice everything change in the most positive and best way there is. I want to kind of talk about the heart for a moment. So your heart, I feel like I mentioned earlier, just filled up with good emotions, kindness, iman, and faith, and generosity, love, all those good stuff, right? And in every single person's heart is a hole. That hole is a void. That is how God created us. That hole is going to be filled with either one of 2 things. One, you're going to learn sooner or later that hole can only be filled by God. Or 2, you're going to die living the rest of your life chasing this world, thinking that it will fill it up. 1/2. It just depends on which route you choose. And the problem that comes to be is that a lot of us, we choose the second option. We think that if we live life according to our desires, everything will be okay, because then our heart will be okay. But I need you to understand that our wisdom and our intellect is not as great as God's is. So I know there's a lot of people that choose to be a slave to their desires, and if that's your cup of tea, then go for it. But you're going to realize sooner or later that even after getting in your entire world's desires, you're not going to be happy. I'm sorry, I know I sound rude saying it, but you're not. Let me tell you something. And when you come to this phase in your life, when you realize that, oh, okay, I'm going to fill up my void with whatever I want, I'm going to be a slave to my desires, that is a dangerous person. That is a very dangerous person. You become a dangerous person. You will commit any haram. You will forget the feeling of guilt. Your heart will harden so badly and you won't even realize it. You will go psycho chasing this world, not realizing that at the end of the night, no matter what you do, you're still going to feel sad. And that's the reality. When you lay there at night, sometimes after everything, you've gotten everything, you've chased your desires, you've done it all, you're still sad. Just, I'm not saying this in a mean manner, but think about it. How many times have you laid there at the end of the day realizing that you're not happy? And that is a red flag within yourself. Don't ignore it. Don't shove it down the drain. The more and more that you shove this red flag down, the more depressed you'll become. Anyway, heading back to the topic of jealousy and revenge, when we have this hole in our heart and we start filling it up with the things of this world, automatically jealousy and revenge, it's one of those things, it comes in and it will intoxicate your heart. Hatred is on the same level. It will intoxicate your heart. You will lose control of who you become. And as you hear all this, you're probably like, wow, that sounds insane, not realizing that it can be happening in any of us right now. When you feel jealous, you feel envy, you feel these things, I want you to remind yourself that there is something that every single person in their life has sacrificed to be where they are today that you probably would have never been able to sacrifice. Some people have had to give up a very, very hard thing in their life to get to the position that they are today, and that's how your story is as well. When you see somebody with envy and you see someone with jealousy, thinking, why do they have this? Why do they have that person? Like, you're just so in envy of their lifestyle. Listen, you see the way that they live. You do not see their self-jihad. You do not see the war that they are within themselves. It's not a surprise. Like, we know that the people that are the biggest millionaires are still not happy. I mean, that's obvious. It's evident. We all know this now. That's my point. You never see the war within yourself. And some people are in such a deep war within themselves that they can be the reason they drown themselves. So I don't know, man. I don't think it's the smartest decision to wish to have someone else's life, because some people's war within themselves is so uncontrollable that they find it hard to breathe. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather choose a life where I have my Islam and I have whatever I believe in than have a life where I'm at a constant war within myself. Because it's just not worth it. That's my point. It's not worth it. I bet y'all have seen this phrase go around on TikTok and Instagram. It's called FOMO, fear of missing out. Yeah, that's what it is. Learned that last night, besties. Fear of missing out. That's what it's called. And I saw so many Muslim people talking about it, and I definitely want to mention it here. I know that this world will make you think that you are at this fear of missing out on something, but every single person around you, I'm sorry it's going to sound mean, every single person around you, rich, poor, regardless of race, whatever, at the end of the night, they are going to sit there and they're going to think, am I happy? They're going to sit there and they're going to think, how does my heart feel today? Something along those lines. And a lot of times when you don't have God, your answer is always going to be, I'm not content. I'm not happy. And when you realize that you're not content and you're not happy, you take that feeling and you try to shove more things into it. You're like, all right, I will start working more so I can make more money so I'll be more happy. I'll go out and get out this car. So when I get this car, I'll drive to more places. I'll meet up with my friends. I'll be happy. I'll go make some more friends so that way I'll be more busy. You can be in a room surrounded with people and still feel alone because those people do not remind you of your presence of God. The human being is one of the most divine creations. I'm serious. We are. Like, we're a little stupid, but we're one of the most divine creations. Okay, we make bad choices. We do bad things. But we have this power of becoming so amazing, so intellectual, so smart. And we waste it. We waste it by chasing this world. We can gain so much success if we walk on the path of Allah. When it comes to jealousy and it comes to revenge, the biggest thing that I can always tell you is that the more satisfied you are with what God gave you, the more you will receive in return. Your turn is going to come. But if you don't show patience, I'm afraid it won't ever come. Your obsession with I want what this person has and I want to be happy like this person is, or I want this type of whoever in my life, whatever your obsession is with someone else that you're envying, it's going to come to you when it's good for you. I hate when people say this. Back in the day, I used to hate it. I used to be like, oh my God, I know what's good for me. Bring it to me now. But, I've learned that This is one thing that if you really imprint this in your mind, life will make sense. Anytime something goes wrong, I ask myself this: would God want to hurt me? The answer is no. Allah loves you more than your own mom loves you. Allah is closer to you than your own vein. Why would he want to hurt you? Think about it. Just think about it. He wouldn't want to hurt you. So if you're not receiving something at a time, you're not getting something at the time that you wish, don't you think that there's something divine and a bigger reason behind it? There's people who have everything that you want right now, and they're miserable. Okay? And then there's people that are praying for everything you have, and they're so desperate for it, and here you are being ungrateful. I hate to sound mean, but seriously, patience roots from gratitude. The day you learn to be thankful, the day you learn to appreciate the fact that every single thing that I have is a blessing, and it came on its own divine timing, is the day that you will learn to be a lot more patient for whatever is going to come in your way. God is going to give you the things that you deserve at the proper time. And if you want something so bad, you've prayed your tahajjud for, you make dua for it, what you need to do is do a little bit of character changing. When you want to attract something so bad, you want to get this thing so bad, Allah knows you're not ready for it yet. What's the best thing that you could do? You could try to change yourself in a positive manner for the sake of Allah. And the way that you do this is actually really, really small steps. And people tend to feel overwhelmed by this. And I was actually talking about this on one of my TikTok videos. It's something you do step by step, and it's very small things that change a person. For example, if you're listening to music, you're addicted to listening to music, stop. Try to stop. And I will make an episode on this soon, because someone did ask me about this, and I was like, yeah, I gotta talk about this, because I had a journey on this as well. Stop listening to music. We know that it's not allowed in Islam, so stop. And it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's something that you step by step by step. It's something that you transition to. It's something that you realize that this thing is blocking my fullest potential. Anything in this world that is haram, that is not allowed, that is not good, whatever, that is holding you back from your fullest potential is your greatest enemy. You are not in the fear of missing out. Just because you're Muslim does not mean you're missing out on everything else in life, okay? People around you are not even content. They're depressed. They're sad. And I'm not saying this in an arrogant or mean manner, but look, we have people who chase their desires and yet they're still sad. Ring a bell. Think about this. Do not let the fear of missing out turn you into this person of rage and jealousy and envy, because God knows what's better for you before you even knew yourself. The day you really realize that, you'll realize that it doesn't matter what someone else has. It doesn't matter who someone else is with. It doesn't matter but how this person lives. Because when your time comes, God will give it to you. Is it possible that you will see the reward of all your patience on this earth? It's possible. Is it likely that you might not? That's also as very much possible. But that's the thing about Islam, where every single thing you do is not going to be forgotten. You're going to be rewarded accordingly for it. You're going to be rewarded justly for it. That's where heaven comes in. And heaven sometimes is such a strange concept in our brain. We feel like it's so far away. Like, okay, I keep hearing that I'm gonna get what I want in heaven, but like, I'm here on earth right now. I can't wait. And it's very common to feel that way. I feel that way too sometimes. I'm like, okay, but heaven's like so freaking far away. Like, hello, I'm on this earth right now. I want something right now, right? We all feel that. But then one thing I always remember is that death is never far away. It's not. I can die right now. I can die literally in 2 seconds. And if I do, I pray that I get to Jannah, and I pray that we all do, but heaven's not far. Our death can really come upon us at any moment. Seriously. I want to finish this off by saying one more thing. God has given you a currency, and that is your life. You're going to go spend your life, do whatever you want, and then in the end, you get to decide yourself. What did you pick? Did you pick heaven or hell? What did you pick? And in this pursuit of this world where you're getting so caught up and getting so jealous, so envy, so hatred, so rage, all this, ask yourself, what am I purchasing with this? Am I purchasing heaven or hell? Do not ever let the harshness of this earth ruin your soft and warm heart and soul. Gateway to the soul is the heart, and that is why you need to constantly cleanse your heart. And remember that no matter what happens in life, no matter what anyone else has, first step is to stop comparing yourself. Stop. You're not them. They're not you. Your soul is meant to outlive and do great things. Why are you comparing yourself? Allah has never made anyone alike. You are going to get your own rank in paradise, your own place. You are going to get your own successes on this earth. And as long as you're close to God and you feel content, who cares what anyone else has? This is about your life. No one else is going to live your life for you. As long as you're content, that's all that matters. As long as you have a relationship with God, that's all that matters. Your relationship with God is what's going to take you to skyrocketing high places. So stop worrying. First of all, block out all these other people. Stop worrying about their life. You're not responsible for everyone. And you're not responsible to compare yourself to everyone. Every single person stands on a different level. Every single person has made different sacrifices. What may seem stupid to you may be great to them and vice versa. Okay? So we don't compare ourselves to other people. There's no point in that. I've never seen anyone compare themselves to someone else and feel happy and feel better about it. There's no reason. And after you learn to really block out these people, block out this comparison, you'll start to realize that there's only one person who can heal you and who can fix you, and that's God. And the more and more you isolate yourself in this relationship with God, you will realize that God is very, very divine in His timing, and He gives you things when things are right. So try to be patient. I know it's hard to hear. I know it's not easy to hear. But it's something that once you install it inside of you, your life will become a lot better. Your heart is very precious. And I want to remind you that the next time you feel rage and envy and jealousy and hatred and all these negative things, ask yourself, Allah created your heart, okay? The most divine, the God created your freaking heart, bro. God created your heart. Are you really gonna burn it up and throw a disease in it for someone on earth? This earth is not worth breaking your heart over. Don't do it. Don't. Take care of your heart. It is what will lead you to heaven. It is what will lead you to a good place. No matter how many people walk over it, no matter how many people do you dirty, take care of your heart. Your heart is like the biggest gift from God. And fill this heart up constantly with the remembrance of God, with the love for God, because that is what will help you heal. And the more and more you busy yourself in this, the more and more you'll find things to become a lot more easier. Inshallah, this was beneficial to someone. I have a lot more episodes coming on a few other topics. If you have any ideas, DM me on Instagram. It's the same username as my podcast. I've recently created a Discord where we can have like cute little dua gatherings, Islam talk, religion, God's existence, just all these beautiful things. The Discord name is in my Instagram bio. Like I said, same username. So please go join. I really want to create a community. We only got 2 people up in there, I think. And it'll be really fun if you guys join. And inshallah, one day that can be a reason we get to heaven for always being there for each other and supporting each other. I hope you'll have a great day.